Hi there. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sarina Baptista. This is Bridge to Healing, bridging this world and the next. Today, we are talking about contracts. I had no idea what contracts were until JT left. And he would come to people, intuitive people that I knew, giving them the message that we agreed to this. He and I agreed to this. This was such a strange idea. I mean, who does that? Who says, "Oh, yeah, this is a great idea. Let's just bury my kid." I didn't understand it. And so I began a quest. I began a quest to find where JT was, and I began a quest to find out what he meant. It was about 4 months after he left that I found a book. It's called Journey of Souls by Dr. Michael Newton, and it fascinated me. I had already done a lot of research and even had past life regressions with Dr. Brian Weiss. So I knew that the past life thing was real. It really tuned in to who I was and those lifetimes. And so when I was introduced to this concept of contracts and I found this book, suddenly the pieces started to come together. I was reading this book, and what it is cataloging of regressions. And what Dr. Newton did was he would do past life regressions for healing, and then he would find that his subject would go into the in between state, that place between lives. And he was fascinated by this, obviously, just as we all are, that concept of that in between space where we choose our lives, where we have a life review, where we decide what we want to do in the next life and who we want to be with in the next life. So, as I started reading this book, I found that the information felt so real to me. It resonated with me that I decided I needed to do a life between lives regression. And so I found a woman in the area in which I lived who does these, who was trained by Dr. Newton. And I went to her for this life between lives regression. It starts with a past life regression, and then it moves into that in between state. So you leave that lifetime, that past life, and then you go into that in between state. At first, it was very blurry for me. And then I saw the outline of people in the distance, like shadows in the distance. And I thought, oh, great. Nobody's coming to receive me. Nobody's coming to get me. And then all of a sudden, out of the crowd, JT in his cute little 7-year-old body comes charging towards me. We hug, I cry in that world, and I cry in the physical world as I'm under hypnosis, and, we have a reunion, and it was so beautiful and so real. And I asked him, I said, "The only thing I really wanna know, everybody's saying that you're telling them that we agreed to this." And at that moment, JT morphed, he changed into a totally different looking energy. He was still JT. He was still that energy, and I knew that. I knew that it was him. He suddenly became this 25 to 30-year-old young man, not a 7-year-old anymore, but I knew it was him. And I realized that this is his soul self. This is who he portrayed as his soul self. We are all energy on the other side, and we can portray ourselves in any way that we want. And what he was trying to do for me is show me that he's not 7 anymore, that he really is this immense soul. And so after he changed into this energy, and I was done freaking out a little bit, he whisked me to this place. It was like instantaneously, we were suddenly at this window. It was this big picture window, and we were looking in. It was he and I on one side. Inside, there was a round table, and I saw our family. I saw our soul family. I saw my husband's energy. I saw my energy. I saw JT and my other 2 children. And in that moment, I said, "Yes, that's a great idea. Let's do it." Realizing that was the moment that I agreed to have him leave early. Now, I came back from this life between lives regression in a very interesting state of energy because I realized I was the one that agreed to this. We all agreed to this. And it made me question, well, what then? What am I grieving? I'm grieving my son, yes, but I'm the one that put this into motion, as well as the rest of the soul family. We all agreed. So it took my grief journey into a little different course. And I was still a human mom. I was still grieving the loss of that physicalness of my son. But I also realized that there was purpose. I didn't know the purpose yet. I had no idea why we were doing this. All I saw was me saying that. It was just another month or so later that I was again having a session with a medium and realized that I'm a psychic medium, that I am the bridge between this world and the next. I found my why. I found why I agreed to it. I needed the kick in the rear. I was not going to become a psychic medium if I didn't have that impetus, that desire to connect to the other side. And oh my gosh, did I want to talk to my kid again? In that in between state, oh, it was so beautiful. And I had had dreams where we would hug and talk as well. But this would be different. The other thing that I knew after that life between lives regression is that because there was a purpose to this, that I would be helping people. I knew I would be writing books, and that was just a knowing. I didn't know I had the ability yet to receive information from spirit, but I knew I would be writing to help people, and I really wanted to help others do what this medium did for me, and that is to connect them to their kids so that they know that their kids are all right. Now, that was my experience with a contract. Now, there's a difference between a contract and a lesson. We have so many lessons in this lifetime. We have, lessons of patience, lessons of power, of not being in power, of giving our power away, of being under the influence of other people's ideas. That's a big one. So, in my work, I do a lot of psychic work and a lot of purpose work. And some of it has to do with people not being their true selves because they have been told things about themselves and have adopted that false self. So, let's say that in a past life, that maybe they were truly themselves. They were very successful. They were abundant. Everything went just beautifully for them. And then that life ends, that incarnation ends. They go to that in between space and they say, "Oh, wow, what a great life. That was really awesome. I am so glad that I experienced that." But you know what? I think I'd like to experience the opposite. I think I want the challenge because I know I can handle it. I want the challenge of people putting blocks in my way, people coming in and telling me that I can't do things, that I don't have worth, that I don't deserve abundance, or I don't deserve to be in control of my life. This last life was really, really cool, really awesome, but I want something different. That's how it begins. It begins with our soul's desire to experience something, to understand something a little bit more. And usually it has to do with us, with who we are, with our identity, with our relationships. We come into these lifetimes with usually the same soul family, players kind of change in and out. Maybe one time somebody comes in as your spouse, the next time they'll come in as your child because you want to experience different things with them. JT and I love to come in as mother and son. We have done the mother son thing for quite a few lifetimes, and that really fits us. It fits that energy of who we are. But other people in my soul family, like my mother, my sister, we have come in as different things, different parts of our lives, and we get to choose this. So, you remember that table that I talked about in that Life Between Lives regression, where we were discussing what was going to happen in this lifetime for all of us? That happens for everybody. We sit down, kind of sitting because we're all energy, and we say, "Hey, what role do you wanna play? I wanna learn this. I wanna learn how to come into my personal power, and could you, like, be really mean to me? And could you try to take my power away? And I know I can do this because I'm a powerful soul, and I will get that power back." Or can you come in and abuse me, and, be my spouse and not treat me well so that I can become independent, so that I can be independent from anybody and be able to handle my own life instead of giving my power to somebody else. There's a lot of different that's just a couple of situations that we choose. There might be a situation where it's very amicable. Your best friend in this lifetime is part of your soul family, and you have chosen in this lifetime to be together to support each other. We have lots of people, lots of support and energy that comes in that way. And you see in your life, sometimes people come in and they go out because they have served their purpose. They have served what they said they would do here for you and you for them. So those energies, those beautiful soul family members who come in and maybe make life a little bit difficult for you, they are doing this because we have asked them to do it. Now, I know that sounds crazy when we're talking about some of the things that we go through, some of the obstacles that we have. But I just want to plant the seed that maybe this is an opportunity for you. If you have something like that in your life, maybe it's an opportunity for you to ask, what's the lesson here? What am I supposed to be learning? We also have repeating lessons that we bring lifetime to lifetime. This could be about money. This could be about partners. It could be about anything, really. For me, it was a lesson about people saying things about me that weren't true. And I immediately got defensive and I would defend myself and I would say, that's not true, and do all of this stuff to make them believe that what they are saying isn't true. My lesson was to sit back and allow that to occur. For whatever reason, my soul needed to understand that I have no control over what other people think of me. And as long as I am doing what I am supposed to be doing, I'm not harming others, I'm not doing what they say that I'm doing, then I just need to let it go. That has been really, really difficult. And every now and then that will show up again just as a reminder. Hey, did you get the lesson? Did you understand the lesson? Do you really get it now that you don't need to pay attention to what anybody else says? That's just one of the many things that I said I wanted to learn in this lifetime. And there are many, many different things. And again, like I said, we carry this from lifetime to lifetime. And we change roles in this too. So let's say in one lifetime, you weren't so nice to your spouse and you were, holding them down. You weren't allowing them to be themselves. Well, you get to that in between state and you said, wow, okay, I think you got the lesson, but you know what? I really want to experience that too. We flip it Everything in the universe needs to be balanced. So the energy needs to be balanced. So if you are the person giving the lesson, then maybe in the next lifetime, you choose to have them give you a lesson. So again, there are lots of different scenarios because we all come in to learn different things. And that's what Earth is about. It's called Earth School. This is a play. This is a production. We are the players in this. We choose to come here. Number one, we choose to come here. We choose who is our soul family or who are the players, not just the soul family, but we choose who the players are in our life. And that can sometimes be changed around because we have free will here. So let's say someone is supposed to provide a lesson for you, someone is supposed to be a support for you, and they come in and they just can't do it for whatever reason. They can't do it. Then spirit will work it out. Someone else in your soul family will step up and take care of it. There's always alternative plans. So that's about the lessons. Now, contracts are like what JT and I had. There was no way he was going to stay. He had to go. And that's one of the messages that he did give to me shortly, very, very shortly after he left, that this was the third time that he was supposed to go. He was supposed to go 2 other times, and I remember them. I remember how ill he was, but that he had to go this last time because that's what he had said he would do. He didn't wanna be here for a really long time anyway. He is a master soul. He does his best work on the other side, which is evident through everybody who I work with and who works with him. So he wanted to do this life and get done with it as quickly as possible. However, when he was telling the person who was relaying this message to me, giving me this message about this was the third time and he had to go, he said the other 2 times he couldn't leave me yet. And so he had to go. That was the contract. There was no changing that piece of it. How he left was up to him. He did choose illness. Remember, he passed from the flu. But those other times, he had a virus in one of those times. He had croup in another one of those times. So there are different ways. It's not all written in stone about how we leave or about how we execute the contract. We have some wiggle room in that, but the contract needs to be executed. So now that you understand a little bit more about lessons and contracts, we're going to be doing a meditation and we're going to bring in again your high guides like we did last time. And they are going to help you with a lesson. They're going to help you to understand the lesson. They're going to help you to figure out what do you need to do to be done with a lesson. That's always that's my number one question when I see a lesson coming and they can hit you very very hard. I see it, I say, "Is this a lesson? Yes or no?" And my beautiful guides will answer. And if it's yes, then I say, "Okay, what am I supposed to learn here? What's for my highest good? And how do I maneuver through this so I don't need to do this again?" That is my goal. I do not want to repeat lessons over and over again. So, what do I need to do? I also asked them to show me in past lives what happened in those other lifetimes, and what did I not get accomplished in those other lifetimes. And gratefully, my guides are very, very clear and they will show that to me. So, we're going to do a meditation and you are going to receive answers about a lesson. So, think before we go into the meditation, think just for a moment, what is a repeated pattern in your life? What is it that you repeat over and over in this lifetime? Think about that before going into the meditation because you are going to ask, okay, why do I keep doing this? Why does this keep happening to me? No matter what it is, your high guides are going to be there and they are going to help you understand why. Now, as with any meditation, we are going to do a clearing. We are going to ground. We are going to connect to the crystalline grid. We are going to use sacred geometry to raise our frequency and provide the vessel for the guides. I do this every meditation. So make sure phones are off. Make sure that you will not be disturbed for about 20 minutes. If you need to stop the meditation for whatever reason, absolutely fine. You need to go do something, great. Start from the beginning. Don't try to pick up in the middle because you've probably gone and maybe your heart chakra needs clearing again based upon what you were just doing. So make sure that you start from the beginning because we want to make sure we're in a clear state. We have to be a high frequency. We have to be in a clear state in order to receive from these beautiful energies. Great. So now get ready, pause the video, and then start the video when you are ready for the meditation. And then we will talk about this a little bit more after the meditation. This is the meditation to understand lessons and get more information about your lessons in this lifetime. Turn off all cell phones. Make sure you will not be disturbed for at least 20 minutes. Get comfortable and let's begin. We begin by taking a nice deep breath. Deep belly breathing, getting oxygen into all parts of our bodies. Breathe in that beautiful energy that's all around you right now. And when you exhale out anything that would be holding you from receiving completely and fully. Breathe in the light, exhale out any blocks. And now we ground ourselves, extending roots from the bottom of our feet all the way down into the soil beneath us, deeply, deeply rooted. We open the crowns at the tops of our heads. Beautiful crown chakra opens widely. And we connect to an amazing high frequency energy that is the crystalline grid. That crystalline grid energy comes down as a column of light, coming in through your crown chakra, and it fills your body from head to toe, inside and out, cleansing and clearing with this high frequency light energy. It first comes into your face and the back of your head, into your neck and your throat. It moves into your shoulders, all the way down your arms to the tips of your fingers. It moves down your torso, down your back. It surrounds the large muscles of your back, allowing you to relax. It surrounds your organs, your blood, your bones, your muscles. It now moves into your hips, all the way down your legs, past your knees, to the tips of your toes. This very high frequency energy from the crystalline grid cleanses and clears your physical energy from head to toe. And now we invite this energy to cleanse and clear the chakras. We begin at the crown chakra. The beautiful crystalline grid energy surrounds the crown chakra. It cleanses it, it clears it, and it opens the crown so that you can receive more from the beautiful energy of the crystalline grid and from the universe. Your crown chakra is cleansed and cleared and open. And now the beautiful light of the crystalline grid moves to the third eye, the brow chakra, in the center of the forehead. It surrounds the brow chakra, cleansing it and clearing it, opening up the third eye for sight so that you can see what you need to see today. Third eye chakra cleansed and cleared and open. The beautiful light from the crystalline grid now moves to the ear chakras, one on the left and one on the right. It surrounds both of these chakras, cleansing them and clearing them and opening up your hearing. You can hear what you need to hear from your high guides today. Ear chakras cleansed and cleared and open. The beautiful light from the crystalline grid moves to the throat chakra. It surrounds the throat chakra, cleansing it and clearing it, opening up your throat for communication so that you can clearly communicate with your guides today. Throat chakra cleansed and cleared and open. The crystalline grid energy now moves down to the heart chakra in the center of the chest, surrounding the heart chakra, cleansing it and clearing it, opening up your heart for universal love, for connection to all that is. Heart chakra cleansed and cleared and open. And now the beautiful light from the crystalline grid moves to the solar plexus. This is in the stomach area, surrounding the solar plexus, cleansing it and clearing it, opening up the power center. Solar plexus cleansed and cleared and open. And now the light from the crystalline grid moves down to the sacral chakra, just below the solar plexus, surrounding the sacral chakra, cleansing it and clearing it, opening up your creativity center. Sacral chakra cleansed and cleared and open. The beautiful light from the crystalline grid now moves down to the root chakra at the base of the spine. Surrounding the root chakra, cleansing it and clearing it, opening up our rooting, connecting us to our grounding and to Mother Earth. Root chakra cleansed and cleared and open. And now that light from the crystalline grid expands in all directions in our bodies. Our physical body, mental body, emotional body, ethereal body. All of our energy, all of our cells completely filled with this beautiful high frequency light from the crystalline grid. And now that grid energy moves out to the bubble, the aura, that beautiful aura that surrounds us, cleansing it, clearing it, transmuting anything that we might have picked up, anything not ours, not for our highest and purest good, all transmuted into high frequency light. We are cleansed and cleared inside and out, and now we create our octahedron to create that sacred geometry, that beautiful energy, that vessel for our guides. To create the octahedron, we envision roses at each of the points. And the first rose to envision is above the crown chakra, just a couple of feet at the purpose chakra. Envision a big, beautiful rose at your purpose chakra now. The next rose to envision is below your root chakra, just a couple of feet at the earth chakra. Envision a big, beautiful rose at your earth chakra now. The next rose to envision is in front of you, heart level, edge of aura, just a couple of feet out. Envision a big, beautiful rose in front of you now. The next rose to envision is behind you, heart level, edge of aura, just a couple of feet out. Envision the rose behind you now. The next rose to envision is to the left, heart level, edge of aura, just a couple of feet out. Envision the rose to the left now. And the final rose is to the right, heart level, edge of aura, just a couple of feet out. Envision the rose to the right now. We have our 6 roses, and these are the 6 points of the octahedron. We connect our roses energetically simply through intention. State in your mind, my roses are connected now. And your roses are connected. You are in your octahedron. And now we invite in the beautiful energy of our high guides. Ask your high guide to come into your octahedron now. Your high guide is with you now, is in your octahedron. Now, this is a very special guide. This is an energy that helped you choose your lessons, your contracts for this lifetime. Ask your beautiful high guide about a lesson. What is it that you keep repeating in your life? What is it that keeps happening to you that you really don't understand and that you want to change? Ask your beautiful high guide now, why? Why is this lesson repeating? If you do not have one, if you don't have an idea of a lesson that you want to discuss with your high guide, let them tell you about one. Let them give you that information. Receive the answer on why it's happening in your world. Why do you keep repeating this lesson? And then, after you receive that information, ask your guide, what do I need to do to finish this lesson? What do I need to do to stop the repeating of this lesson? Receive all of the steps. Remember, you have communication. You can receive, hear it, feel it, see it, know it. You are connected with this beautiful high guide. They want to help you, and you can receive from them. Get this information. Ask more questions, whatever you need to know, steps to take, whatever it is. And then I will call you back when I am guided to do so. In the meantime, get the information about those lessons and what you need to do. It is time to return now to this time and space, thanking your beautiful high guide for all of the information, and knowing that you can come back and talk with this high guide again about this situation, about other situations. For right now, it is time to return, take a nice deep breath, ground yourself. When you are ready, open your eyes and journal your experience. Welcome back. I know that in this meditation, you learned something very special about yourself. And not only that, but I really hope that you learned that you can connect with these guides anytime, first of all, and that they have information for you that maybe you don't understand yet, but they can help you understand it. Maybe the answers to your questions were confusing. So, what I would suggest is going back in to the meditation again, ask again. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get that communication going. We have everything set up for success. We clear, we raise our frequency, we create that beautiful sacred geometry, and we invite these high guides in. But it's up to us too. If we have blocks, if we are not allowing them to give us the information, maybe we're afraid to hear it. Maybe we don't know how we're supposed to receive it. We're going to talk a lot next time about receiving, about the clairs and what each of the clairs means, and also what each of the clairs does for receiving and for gathering more information about who we are and what we're doing here. So please join us next time for that. Let this sit for a bit. If you have more questions, then do the meditation again. Absolutely. The guides will be there, the answers will be there. And each time that you do meditate, you do connect with these beautiful energies. You are enhancing and honing your abilities to receive. And again, we'll talk a lot about that next time and how to do that, because there is a very easy way to do it, but it does mean that we get some of the blocks that we have out of the way. So, suggestion before we do that is to ask in this meditation, to do the meditation again and ask, do I have any blocks to receiving from you? Are there any things that I need to know about clearing myself, about clearing my energy so that I can receive from you? That would be a great thing to ask next time around. For today, though, let the information sit, let your energy assimilate it, but definitely follow through. If you were given some information about lessons, about a particular lesson, and you were given steps to get done with a lesson, to make sure that the lesson doesn't come back again, then definitely follow through with that, obviously. But make sure that you are taking time for all of the energy to absorb into your system. Now, you can do this meditation again, as I have said. Make sure that you are not doing it too often because, again, there can be an overload. I mean, I know I wanted to know everything about myself, everything about my lessons. What do I need to know? But there was a point at which it was too much information, and I just got so confused. So just make sure that you are taking it as it comes and assimilating that information as it comes. But absolutely, your high guides want you to have this information. They want you to understand your incarnation as well as past incarnations. And that's again another one we're going to talk about, tapping into our past lives. So for right now, take some time, really sink in with the information you received, and understand that you do have the power and the access to change your life and to not do the same old thing over and over again. You have the power to understand who you are and why you do the things that you do. Please believe me and please believe your guides that we all have this. We don't have to be victims of our lives. We can be the protagonist. We can be the main player and understand that we can change our reality. That's really what this is about. Understanding your lesson, understanding your contract, and making the changes that you want to make so that you don't keep playing the same thing over and over. I am so grateful that you were here today with me. And remember, your guides are here for you all the time. I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for joining us.